Hi guys, I want to try and replicate a little project one of my YouTube buddies has done. I did it a while back actually. Solar light. I got this one for £1 from Poundland. Actually looks quite nice, but I'm going to take it apart to use the bits. And some paper clips. Basically just made a little man out of paper clips. Has his hands out in front of him holding the solar panel, and the LED, or at least we want two LEDs, are his eyes. So during the day the little battery in there will charge up, and at night his eyes will glow. That simple, nothing too complicated. What we do need to do is see what we've actually got in there. I'm hoping it's one of those little sort of button cell sized batteries, so that'll make the balance a bit easier. The one that he used had a AAA battery, so it had to be standing on the floor basically, so it didn't tip over. Yeah, that's good. That's exactly what I wanted. Just little LED like that, and a little button cell sized battery. We'll replace that with two LEDs, and we'll see if we can cut down in there, cut the plastic away, so we've got the cell or solar panel. You can try heating them up. If they're held in place with hot glue, then you can sometimes pop them out. I have done that on previous projects. If you just try levering it out, you'll probably crack the glass. So I've done it using a hairdryer to heat up the hot glue that's holding it. But as I say, the other alternative is just cut the plastic away. Then you don't have to worry about actually breaking the glass. The only thing we might have a problem with is because I want it to run two LEDs, it might not have enough power. We'll see. Some tin snips here. Right, so his hands will come out holding that in front of him. And we can pop that on his back like a backpack. And then we'll have to wire away the LEDs for his eyes. So the next thing is, how are we going to shape this? Hopefully we can solder the wire together. One of my other YouTube buddies, as I like to call the ones that I have regular interaction with, his channel is Just for Fun, and one of the early videos he did was a nice what do we call it? It'll come to me in a minute while I'm working away. Solenoid engine, I think it was, if I remember rightly. Right, so that's his legs, which we'll have to tip forward a little bit. And his hands are going to stick out there somewhere. That'll go on his back. And then we have to wire away to his eyes. So, how are we going to do this? Now, this won't be a direct copy of his. I just looked at it for inspiration. Probably do better if I had 2 pairs of pliers. I want something like that, and then I can adjust the height. Let's get another pair of pliers. Something like that. Straighten that out first. And bend it at right angles. Something like that. It'll all be a bit more obvious when it's soldered together. What I'll probably find is this is the wrong sort of paper clips for soldering. That'll be fun. Let's see if we can get a bit of solder on there. Let's see what happens with a bit of solder. That's all right, that's taking solder. Something like that. My hands are probably in the way. We could probably even solder one side on as long as the other side's insulated, and that would actually hold it in place. That's an idea. That is an idea. If I solder that side there, that'll hold it in place. Yeah, I need to put something on there to insulate it, but that will actually be quite convenient. Let's get some tape on there before we forget. I'll probably rig up something a bit more permanent later, but I'll just do for now. Right, now we've got to do something about the eyes. Right, long leg on the left, as I'm looking at it. Because if I hadn't soldered that on there, I could have used the frame as one leg of the LED. Can't do that now. Right. I'll have a little think. I'll stop filming because we've gone on for half an hour. Got there in the end. If I just put my hand in front of the light. There we are. In case you can't see what I'm doing. There we go. So yeah, I actually took him apart and put him back together again because I put a bit of heat shrink over the wire on this side so that I could solder the other side, which happens to be the negative, is it? Negative, that side? Whatever it is, I've soldered. Come on, focus. Why aren't you focusing? Right, there we go. Yeah, I've soldered one side of the paperclip onto that tag there. And if we follow the track round, it actually goes to one side of the LED. Right, there. So I've actually soldered one leg of the LED, or LEDs, the pair of them, to that paperclip. So that is now one side of the LED, then the other side goes there. That must be the positive. That's the long leg is the positive, isn't it, on a LED? Yeah. So long leg positive, that's the positive tag there. And then the other side goes through all the circuitry. But yeah, he stands up on his own and he lights up when the light goes out. SquareOrbits. I'll put a link to his video so you can see his. So I like the idea of doing it this way with the small button cell, because I can actually get him to stand up and support himself. Job done. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment so I know how I'm doing. And somewhere up here there'll be some links to related playlists. Thanks again.